Now 5:47, about a minute before an hour and a half after sunset. Our initial image here is Messier 74 in Pisces. I'm going to press it up. It is not a very good night of seeing. Actually, it's pretty poor. The clouds are a little more populous and a little thicker than I would ordinarily want. It is the 13th of December, 2025, and the only reason why I might get through this 41 studies in the NGC 700-749 series this evening is because I have to. I have to try to stay up with the changing sky year, which allows me, I've already mapped this thing out, and it's going to be a wicked challenge to try to get through all the NGC studies from minus 30 to plus 45 degrees north throughout the year, because once we hit the winter solstice, sky dark is going to get later and later, and the stars are going to begin really wheeling overhead to the west. Sky conditions may be challenging, and even under the best of weather, I would have to be able to get out 20 to 30 times each season to cover the 158 possible nights that I would have to be out to cover everything. So it's going to be a challenge, and once I get behind the 8-ball with it and I cannot do it any longer, I'll just switch to another project, but why not swing for the fences initially? So we are looking at NGC, Messier 74. And I am going to now push off for the evening and see what we can see. What we're looking for here, and sorry about the previous mistake, is NGC 700, a galaxy in Andromeda. Not a bad part of the sky. The galaxy's magnitude 14.4. Could be this, could be that, could be this. There seems to be a number of galaxies in the field. 0.8 by 0.7 arc minutes. Look for a lenticular spiral with a brightish core and an aura around it. Pretty much face on. 218 million light years distant. With a right ascension of 1 hour, 52 minutes, 16 seconds, and a declination of plus 36 degrees, 2 minutes, and 11 seconds. Let's drop back down to that prettier view. Okay, you can expect to see plenty of this tonight with the sky conditions. We're supposed to be seeing NGC 701, a galaxy in Cetus, magnitude 12.2, 2.6 by 1.4 arc minute, spiral with a bar, lowercase c, 81 million light years distant, right ascension, 1 hour, 51 minutes, 3 seconds, declination minus 9 degrees, 42 minutes, 11 seconds. Have a look at theskylive.com if you want to see a picture through at 150x with a full moon size screen of this fine NGC 701 galaxy in Cetus based on the digitized sky survey using probably a 48-inch Schmidt camera at Palomar Observatory some 6,000 or 7,000 feet up in California, done in the late 1940s, early 1950s, and look for weird stuff on the image as well. Why, look, Matilda, we got a star in the field, where otherwise we'd be seeing a number of them, including NGC 702, a galaxy in Cetus, magnitude 13.1, 1.5 by 1 arc minute, spiral with a bar, lowercase bc with peculiarities. 4 million light years distant would make that one about 180,000 light years in diameter, a large spiral galaxy. 1 hour, 51 minutes, 19 seconds, minus 4 degrees, 3 minutes, and 17 seconds, and declination. Well, this is more like it. We are further north, NGC 703, a galaxy in Andromeda, magnitude 13.3, 1.2 by 0.9 arc minute, lenticular spiral. 227 million light years distant. Right ascension is 152.39 with a declination of plus 36 degrees, 10 minutes, and 16 seconds. And we got quite a bit of smearage in the view. I think tonight I'll basically be only going as far as 75x because it is getting quite ugly with the smearage due to high thin clouds. A neighbor of NGC 703 is NGC 704. It's a galaxy in, of course, Andromeda, and I forgot to go and navigate to it so I can get the data. You didn't think I actually memorized this, did you? NGC 704, Galaxy Andromeda, magnitude 14.6 by 0.4 arc-minute spiral with peculiarities, 213 million light-years distant, right ascension 1 hour 52 minutes 37 seconds with a declination of plus 36 degrees 7 minutes 32 seconds. There's our 75x view. 703 and 704 had a neighbor, and I should call it up so we can see the screen drift. And that is NGC 705. At 75x, we can look for it on the screen. They pretty much should end up pretty much at the same part of the screen. So if we find one, basically we should be able to put a pointer to find the next two. This is a magnitude 13.6 galaxy, edge on 1.2 by 0.3 arc-minute spiral with a lowercase a, 206 million light-years distant, RA 1 hour 52 minutes 41 seconds, with a declination of plus 36 degrees 8 minutes and 37 seconds. Everything should be drifting this way. So we start with galaxies that are more west, and then we proceed to ones that are further east. We've headed a little further south into Pisces. NGC 706 is a galaxy in Pisces. It's magnitude 12.5, 1.9 by 1.5 arc-minutes, probably this one here. We're at right ascension 1 hour 51 minutes 50 seconds with a declination of plus 6 degrees 17 minutes 45 seconds. And if things hold up reasonably well, we're going to get some terrible views, but at least things should improve. So maybe by the time we do the 750 to 800 series later on this evening, which should be culminating, we will actually get some decent views of galaxies and other deep sky studies that may dominate that portion of the calendar. I'll bet you can guess where we are now. We are in Cetus the Whale, NGC 707 galaxy, magnitude 14, 1.3 by 0.9 lenticular spiral, 243 million light-years distant, right ascension 151.27 with a declination of minus 8 degrees 30 minutes 22 seconds. And if I can get more than 50% of the studies this evening, I will be satisfied because of the rush of the season. We've headed north once again to Andromeda. We're looking for NGC 708, a galaxy, magnitude 12.7, but quite large, 3 by 2.5 arc-minutes. It's an elliptical 2 galaxy, 215 million light-years distant, puts it at probably roughly about 225,000 light-years in diameter. Very large for an elliptical. RA 1 hour 52 minutes 46 seconds with a declination of plus 36 degrees 9 minutes and 6 seconds. Off to NGC 709, very close to 708, a galaxy in Andromeda. Magnitude 14.3, 1 by 0.5 arc-minutes. Looks like there's a cluster of galaxies over here. This one is simply designated a spiral at 158 million light-years distant. Right ascension is 1 hour 52 minutes 50 seconds and a declination of plus 36 degrees 13 minutes and 22 seconds. Once again, the same galaxy group, NGC 710, a galaxy in Andromeda, magnitude 13.7, but it looks like things are falling apart a little bit there. We're seeing magnitude 13, we're not seeing magnitude 13.7, 1.3 by 1.2 arc-minute spiral with a lowercase c, 276 million light-years distant, RA 152.53 with a declination of plus 36 degrees, 3 minutes and 11 seconds. Okay, here we have NGC 711, a galaxy in Aries. I am going to play just a little bit with the histogram. Let's see what it does. Okay, we've darkened the sky up, so it should be a little more aesthetically appealing. I'm going to push that over a little bit and brighten that up just a wee bit. Let's see if we can stay with this. NGC711 in Aries, magnitude 13.1, 1.6 by 0.7 arc minute, lenticular spiral, 217 million light years distant, RA 152.27, declination plus 1730.45. That may have helped out. Here we're seeing a galaxy here. Could very well be it. It's a little bit edgy on. Back up to Andromeda. Things may have cleared up a little bit further north. The histograms also may have brought it out a little bit. We're looking for NGC712 in that same galaxy group. Magnitude 12.8, 1.3 by 1 arc minute, lenticular spiral, 242 million light years distant. That could very well be it. RA 153.08, declination plus 36 degrees, 49 minutes and 11 seconds. You know what? Let's push it up. No, we still can't get up to that magnification. Back down to 75x for a decent view of several galaxies in the field. You can tell we're further south now. NGC 713 galaxy in Cetus, magnitude 15, 1 by 0.3, spiral with bar, the lowercase b, 231 million light years distant, probably 70,000 light years in diameter. RA 155.21 with a declination of minus 905.01. I suspect the problem we're having here is it's icy cold and we're getting evaporation off the ridges to the south, and it's causing all of this issue with the sky being blocked. However, we are getting some halfway decent views further north. And further north it is for NGC 714, galaxy in Andromeda, magnitude 13.1, 1.5 by 0.4. Look for a nice edgy on presentation, spiral with a lowercase a, 204 million light years distant. And this looks like it may be our study. We're at right ascension 1 hour, 53 minutes, 29 seconds with a declination of plus 36 degrees, 13 minutes, and 15 seconds. Okay, I don't expect to see anything in Cetus. Our next study would have been NGC 715 in Cetus, galaxy, magnitude 15.8 by 0.4 arc minutes, spiral with a lowercase b, 249 million light years distant. Right ascension 1 hour, 53 minutes, 12 seconds. Declination even further south, minus 12 degrees, 52 minutes, and 25 seconds. However, we are getting a pretty decent view of NGC 716, a galaxy in Aries. Its magnitude 12.9, 1.8 by 0.8 arc minute, spiral with a bar, lowercase a, 207 million light years distant, means it's probably a little bit larger than our Milky Way. Probably 110,000 light years in diameter. Right ascension 1 hour, 52:59. Declination plus 12 degrees, 42 minutes, 28 seconds. Well, things are popping up in Andromeda for NGC 717, probably part of that same galaxy group. Magnitude 13.9, 1.3 by 0.2 arc minutes. A supreme edge on, but kind of small. Spiral with a lowercase a, 229 million light years distant, maybe 80,000 light years in diameter. It's probably this one here. We're at right ascension 1 hour, 53 minutes, 55 seconds with a declination of plus 36 degrees, 13 minutes, 45 seconds. I think I will push the magnification a little bit on this one. Oh, there's something very interesting over here, isn't there? Okay, a little further south now, but not bad. NGC 718, a galaxy in Pisces. Magnitude 11.7, 2.3 by 2.2 arc minutes. I think we can make it out fairly nice on the screen. 77 million light years distant. It's kind of a small, maybe 40,000 light years in diameter. Spiral with a bar, lowercase a. Right ascension 1 hour, 53 minutes, 13 seconds with a declination of plus 4 degrees, 11 minutes, 43 seconds. Let's push this one up. Looks like we're getting a little better views at 150x at this point. NGC 719, it's in the same field with a very bright bluish looking star. A galaxy in Aries, magnitude 13.2. 1.4 by 1.1 arc minute, lenticular spiral, 408 million light years distant, maybe 175,000 light years in diameter. Right ascension 153.38, declination plus 1950, 24. We'll press it up a little bit and head out because we're running a little long on this one. Wow, we're starting to see some stars further south. Very nice. This is NGC 720. It's a galaxy in C that's behind the illuminated electrical wire. Glad we were able to see it. It's magnitude 10.2, 4.4 by 2.2 arc minute, elliptical class 4, 81 million light years distant, maybe 70,000 light years in diameter. RA 153 aught, declination minus 13 degrees, 44 minutes and 19 seconds. Our faith in the sky may prove to be warranted this evening. Wow, look at that. It's popping now. NGC 721, Galaxy Andromeda, magnitude 13.5, 1.7 by 1 arc minute. Let's go ahead and press the magnification. Spiral with a bar, lowercase bc, 255 million light years distant. It's at right ascension 154.45, declination plus 39 degrees, 22 minutes, 58 seconds, and bailing. Whoa on this one. NGC 722 is a galaxy in Aries, magnitude 13.4, 1.7 by 0.5 arc minute, spiral with bar, lowercase sbc, lowercase bc, 222 million light years, 1 hour, 54 minutes, 46 seconds, with a declination of plus 20, 41.52. If you want to find out what that star is, have a look at adventuresindeepspace.com. It should tell you that it's very close, right about there. Okay, we've gone very far south now, but this is pretty much the kind of view we get. NGC 723, Galaxy in Cetus, is also 724. We'll be skipping that one. Magnitude 12.4, 1.5 by 1.3 arc minutes, 64 million light years distant. Right ascension 1 hour 53.45, declination minus 23, 45.27. Not a bad view for minus 16 degrees, 31 minutes, 4 seconds. We're looking at NGC 725, a galaxy in Cetus. Magnitude 14.8 by 0.5 arc minute, spiral with lowercase c. Distant 468 million light years. Do the math on that. It's about the distance that the Messier 31 would be at 1 arc minute in size. This is 0.8. RA 152.35, declination minus 16.31.04. Okay, we've turned the corner on the series. We're 17 minutes in. Plus, on the video, we're looking for NGC 726, a galaxy in Cetus. Magnitude 14, 1.2 by 0.6, spiral with a lowercase d, very immature. 239 million light years distant, RA 155.31, declination minus 10.48.01. We skipped a few studies that were either bogus stars or too far south. For NGC 731, a galaxy in Cetus. It's also 757, so we'll have to remember to skip that one. Magnitude 12.1, 1.7 by 1.7, elliptical class 0. 174 million light years distant, right ascension 154.56, declination minus 9 degrees and 39 seconds. Here's that 75x view. If you're hearing horns in the background, it's because we have our annual Christmas parade with trucks deck their halls and they're with boughs of holly and lights. What we're seeing here is NGC 732, Galaxy in Andromeda, magnitude 13.5, 1.4 by 1 lenticular spiral, 266 million light years distant, about the size of the Milky Way. Right ascension 156.27, declination plus 36.48.07, rushing it up and bailing. Our next study is a galaxy in Triangulum, NGC 733.6 by 0.3 arc minutes. It's got no other information, may not actually exist. We're at 1 hour 56.25 with a declination of plus 33.03.52. There does appear to be something right there. Could very well be our study. Okay, deep south once again into Cetus, and we're not likely to see much of anything here. This is NGC 734, magnitude 16, 0.7 by 0.5 arc minutes. spiral with a bar, lowercase, lenticular lowercase a, distant 537 million light years. Remember I said Andromeda Galaxy, 150,000 would be about 1 arc minute at 450 million light years. Right ascension is 154.57, declination minus 1704.48. Off to triangulum for NGC 735 Galaxy, magnitude 13.3, nice field of view, 1.8 by 0.8 arc minutes, spiral with a lowercase b, 214 million light years distant, maybe 120K. Right ascension 156.38, declination plus 34.10 and 35. We're not getting bad views, maybe a little bit off at 150. Here we have another galaxy, not too distant, but it did click a few times. NGC 736, a galaxy in triangulum. Magnitude 12.1, should be obvious, 1.7 by 1.6, lenticular spiral, 199 million light years distant. Probably right there. We're at 1 hour, 56 minutes, 40 seconds with a declination of plus 33.02.38. Push it up a little bit further, get a view of these several galaxies, and then bail. All right, NGC 738 is another galaxy in triangulum, not too distant. Its magnitude 15.5, 0.4 by 0.2 arc minutes. But it's faint. It's probably it's a lenticular spiral, so it's probably magnitude 14.5. Visual, 203 million light years distant. RA 156.45, declination plus 33 degrees, 3 minutes, 31 seconds. Once again, not too big of a leap. We're still in triangulum for Galaxy NGC 739, magnitude 13.9, 0.5 by 0.5 arc minutes, spiral with a lowercase a, 204 million light years distant, means this is about 35,000 light years in diameter. RA 156.54, declination plus 33.16, 0 seconds. Once again in triangulum for NGC 740 Galaxy, of course. Tis the season to be galaxies. Magnitude 14, 1.4 by 0.3 arc minute. Edgy. Spiral with a bar and lowercase b, 211 million light years distant, RA 156.54, declination plus 33, at no minutes and 55 seconds. Push it just a little bit further. There's our view, 75x. NGC 741 is a galaxy in Pisces. Pretty obvious right off, magnitude 11.1, 3 by 3 arc minute, elliptical class 1, 248 million light years distant, means this is probably about 200K. Right ascension 156.21, declination plus 55.37.43. There's our 75x view. Let's push it up a little bit just for the heck of it, center it up in the field, and move on. Okay, 741 had a tiny neighbor, which I think we're making out somewhere in the field around it. Hardly a click on the go to. NGC 742, tiny. Have to look it up while you enjoy the scene. 742, and the horns are honking. 42 is a galaxy in Pisces, magnitude 14.3, but incredibly intense. 0.2 by 0.2 arc minute, elliptical class 0, 255 million light years distant. This one's got to be no more than 10,000 light years in diameter. I'd have to figure it out. RA 1 hour, 56 minutes, 24 seconds. Declination plus 5 degrees, 37 minutes, 34 seconds. Let's do a little zoomage on this pair and have that final look. Off to NGC 746. It's a galaxy in Andromeda, pushing the limit on this one in terms of northern declination. It's a magnitude 13, 1.9 by 1.3, but it's an irregular, which means it's going to have a very strange morphology. Maybe this one here. Plus 44 degrees, 55 minutes, and 4 seconds. But the sky clarity is very good. I think we should go ahead and with that 150x view. There are several other fainties, but this is the only galaxy I can be sure of. Let's back it out to that 75x view for finer aesthetics. We're now almost 25 minutes into this video and only got a few more to go. So let's go ahead and move on. Okay, let's take wing with this galaxy. NGC, what am I going to say? 747. Magnitude is the galaxy in Cetus. Magnitude 14.8, 1 by 0.5 arc minutes. This may be a bit bright. 239 million light years distant. Right ascension is 157.30 minus 9 degrees, 27 minutes, 45 seconds. NGC 748, a galaxy in Cetus, magnitude 12.6, 2.3 by 1.1 arc minute, spiral with a lowercase b, and it has an annularity. And what I typically like to do on anything with an annularity, which is a wraparound spiral arm set, is push the magnification to see if we can make it out. But this one is too far south. All we're getting is a very vague sense of luminosity around a fuzzy core at, I think we just pushed it to 150x, backing it out just a little bit. I suspect we're just going to have to stay with that and not make any claims about that angularity. All right, this is just as we press the limits on a previous NGC in Andromeda, we are now pressing the limits on a NGC 749, a galaxy in Fornax the Furnace. Magnitude 12.5, 1.9 by 1.4 arc minute, spiral with a lenticular lowercase a, 193 million light years distant, means about 120k light years in diameter. We're at right ascension 1 hour 55 minutes 41 seconds with a declination of minus 29 degrees 55 minutes and 20 seconds. We are some 4 minutes and 40 seconds shy of hitting our minus 32 degree southern declination limit. Let's see what we can turn up as an exit view of some excellence this evening. Okay, you know what this is. It's Messier 33, the Triangulum galaxy. This initial swash is probably only about a 5-second exposure. And for some reason it popped up, even though I selected an exposure time of 60 seconds. What we're going to do is allow this baby to develop a little bit to see what will happen. I did an experiment earlier this evening, which you may have caught the video astro vid of, with Messier 31 at various exposure times, able to get a decent view despite the high thin clouds at 30 seconds, but not at, I believe it was at 60 seconds, but not at 120. What we're shooting for here is to see what we're going to see in a 60-second exposure and try to give it a couple of stacks. Here's our first 60 seconds. All right, I do have to play with the histogram, obviously, because it's set up for the previous studies. So here we go. Still a bit bright. Let's go for the aesthetic. Oh, now that works pretty good. All right, so I'm going to pause the video just for a few minutes, and I'm going to allow it to do another stack and then reinitialize. Okay, we're going to watch it pop. And it did pop, and I have to redo the histogram. So this is our second exposure. Ah, look at that. Oh man, that is a beautiful aesthetic view. Not bringing out quite as much features, however. Let me go ahead and back it off just a little bit. Okay. Looks like there might be some cloudification going on, so I'm going to go ahead and press this back up to get that beautiful aesthetic view. Now, I was told that Lord Rossi, looking through the eyepiece, or his assistant, was able to count 4 spiral arms in this with a 72-inch scope that he had in I think it was in Ireland. Anyway, so we're clearly seeing multiplicity of spiral arms. This is a fabulous view. I'm going to go ahead and push it so it'll fit in the screen a little bit better. All right, so we're going to watch it pop once again, and I'm going to have to adjust the histogram to be able to get a better view, because we seem to be picking up some high thin clouds. That is an absolutely beautiful view of Messier 33, also known as NGC598. Why don't I get the data on that before we bail for the evening? NGC598 is a galaxy N triangulum, also known as Messier 33, magnitude 5.7, 68.7 by 41.6 arc minutes, has an average surface brightness of about 14.5. So class lowercase c spiral, 2.8 million light years distance, so about 300,000 light years further out than Messier 31 and 32. Its size is somewhere between 50 and 60,000 light years as opposed to 150. We're at right ascension 1 hour 33 minutes 50 seconds with a declination of plus 30 degrees 39 minutes and 36 seconds. And with that, I am going to say carpe noctem.